Everybody's talking about the new technologies, but which is the big picture of these new technologies? Well, on one hand, we have our physical technologies, and I'm talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning, artificial life, synthetic biology, big data. And they're going in a direction, speed, completely different to our social technologies. I'm talking about our governance, our national and international laws, our trade laws, schools, or universities. And the thing is, there is a growing gap between them because they have different narratives in which we understand our world. If we see this big picture, we can see that we are in a technological change of era. And the most conservatives think that we have to change our rules. And it's not necessary to change constitutions and our big norms because we are living the fourth industrial revolution. But that's not true. That is not accurate. We are living the living industrial revolution. And the current framework is the pink era, the living and the intelligent technology era. And the pink ecology of technologies is a new framework. We're talking about biotechnology, infotechnology, nanotechnology, cognitive. We are talking about another physical technologies like mobile devices and GPS. We're talking about Internet of Things. We are talking about augmented reality or personalized medicine. And the thing is that this is an ecology of new things that they are really making a difference. And our technologies are increasingly lifelike and intelligent, and this is the main issue right now. But what is behind our technological revolution? Data, big data. And which is the technology that is under big data? Well, we have to go back on time until 2003 and 2004, when Google published a paper with a basic innovation called Google File System that allowed Google to manage and access a huge quantity of data. And the other innovation was called MapReduce, that allows Google to explore and process in a very easy way this huge quantity of data. Google shared this information with the open source community. And the thing is that they started to build on Google's inside. Even better, they could improve it. And on 2006 came up Hadoop. And on 2007, social networks and internet platforms started to build on Hadoop. It means that from 2007, all these internet platforms could see every click of every person in every website. So, on 2007 started big data in the social networks. It means that since 2007, everything was about data. Which is the second picture here? The second picture is that everything has to do with the Internet of Everything. And that is because of the pink technology. And this is our new critical infrastructure. And it is integrated by communication, data storage, where it is integrated by transportation, manufacturing, computing, finance, health, energy, lifelike, everything. And there is an open question. What is our states and governments going to regulate this Internet of Everything? This is an open question that right now we don't have any answer. And the third big picture is that our cyberspace is as important as our physical space. What does it mean? It means that every device and technology that we use in our physical space is powered in the cyberspace. With the big difference that in our cyberspace, there are no laws, or just a few laws, but many rights and human rights are not protected. And here the questions are these technologies working in a responsible way? And the other question is, are these technologies bringing a benefit to us as a society? These questions are very, very, very important. And the answer is no to both of them. To these two questions, the answer is no. Why? Well, the answer is because all this data that I was talking about, all this big data, it's in hands of just a small elite. I'm talking about tech giants and governments. And they are using our information without any transparency, without any privacy, and in an unethical way. And the thing is that here, the real problem is that the digital monopolies are making a personal profiling of every one of us every single day with every single movement that you make on the internet. What does it mean? Every click, every picture you see, every message, private message that you send, it's even more information that goes to our personal profiling. It means that if I know who you are exactly, I know what you are going to do. So if I know who you are, I can hack your feelings, your decisions, and your opinions, because our feelings are not based on our intuition, our inspiration, or our freedom. And according to Yuval Harari, our feelings are based on calculations of algorithm. So machine learning algorithm can predict what advertisement are you going to see on the internet. Machine learning algorithm can predict what product are you going to buy. Machine learning algorithm can predict which trip and which flight are you going to take. Even Facebook can predict when you are going to fall in love and with who, even before you know that you are going to fall in love. That's true. Machine learning can predict our job prospect, school prospect, our insurance claims, if are going to be accepted or not. So we are losing our freedom. We are losing our democracy. We don't have any more fair elections. We don't have any more a fair market. And I'm not talking about Facebook advertisement and Cambridge Analytica issues. I'm talking that this is very science evidence that Google can change its algorithm in elections, putting in the first positions good researches or good results about one candidate and bad results about another candidate. So there's no more fair elections, no more fair markets, because if tomorrow I have an accident and my husband wants to come where I am, and he used to make Denmark-Barcelona as a flight, algorithms know that he's going, or he used to make this flight, this trip, so he's not going to pay a fair price. He's going to pay the price that algorithm wants him to pay. And this is happening with everything. Another big problem is about democracy. How governments are using our data to convert democracy in fascism. How? With the excuse of nationalism. On the other hand, I have to tell that there are solutions. And let's talk about solutions, not only the problems. On one hand, we have three important principles. I'm talking about trust, ethics, and privacy. Transparency comes out when you, as a user, know which resources of your information is being used by a company. Privacy comes out when you, as a user, trust in a company because the company has very clear that your data is always going to be your data. And this company is going to respect it. But talking about concrete solutions, let's talk about rain, for example. This is a physical technology or an example of physical technology. This is not going to be the first technology or the last technology made with these characteristics. This is a technology that is in development phase where personal profiling is not possible. It means that user has total control of his data, in the sense that if we build social networks or internet platform on Rain, these social networks cannot use your data because you have the total control. So we have freedom. Second, Denmark is the first country in the world that has a data ethics expert council and is advising to the government about all the issues about internet, data, big data, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. And it's working. Values in companies. We need companies with values. We need companies with values like transparency, ethics, honesty. And if you are an engineer, scientist, or data scientist that is working in a company with values, when you are developing a technology, an application, you know that every time that you are going to use a user data, you are going to ask, can I use your data and informed which data? Can I use your data to make target advertisement? Can I use your data to make a personal profiling so I can give you a better service or product? Yes or no? You can choose. Values are very important. And for the last solution, users, you. We need you in this ethical revolution. We need you to be aware what is really going on. Please listen to people who really knows what is going on the internet. Ask to the companies to be ethical with your information, with your data. Ask the governments to regulate this situation, because this big revolution, this big ethical revolution, is a tsunami that is coming slowly but very strong, and you have to be part of it. Thank you very much. Thank you.